South Korea found itself in uncharted territory in early December 2024. President Yoon, in a move that shocked the nation, declared martial law. This extreme measure, usually reserved for times of war or utter chaos, sent ripples of fear and uncertainty throughout the country. What were the threats? Who were the enemies? The answers, it seemed, were murky at best. The president's bold move was short-lived. Almost as quickly as it was declared, martial law was rescinded. This sudden reversal did little to calm the storm. Instead, it ignited a firestorm of questions. What prompted this drastic action? And why the rapid U-turn? The South Korean public demanded answers. This wasn't just a political hiccup, it was a seismic event. The very foundation of South Korean democracy felt shaken. The president's actions triggered a wave of investigations, each one determined to uncover the truth behind this audacious power play. The situation was a powder keg of suspicion and anger, threatening to erupt into a full-blown crisis. The eyes of the world were now on South Korea, watching and waiting to see how this drama would unfold. The attempted imposition of martial law didn't vanish into thin air. It left behind a trail of questions, prompting a full-blown legal battle. Multiple agencies, each with its own agenda, jumped into the fray. The Supreme Prosecutor's Office, known for its meticulous investigations, wasted no time. They established a special bureau, bringing in the big guns, military prosecutors. This wasn't child's play, it was a full-blown assault on potential corruption. The National Police Agency, never once to be left out, launched their own investigation. Over 100 officers and investigators were assigned to the case. This was serious business, and they were determined to get to the bottom of it. No stone would be left unturned, and if that wasn't enough, the Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking officials threw their hat into the ring. They set their sights on the upper echelons of power, specifically targeting Police Chief Cho Ji-ho and other high-ranking police officials. No one, it seemed, was safe from scrutiny. The investigations were like a pack of bloodhounds, each sniffing out a different trail, following the scent of wrongdoing. The pressure was mounting, and the walls were closing in on those who dared to play fast and loose with the law. At the heart of the storm stood President Yoon Suk-yeol. The very man entrusted with upholding the Constitution was now at the center of a maelstrom of controversy. His actions had thrust him into the eye of the hurricane, with the entire nation looking on. He wasn't alone. Interior Minister Lee Sang-min found himself caught in the crosshairs. His alleged involvement in the martial law saga made him a person of considerable interest to the investigators. His once secure position was now teetering on the brink. Former Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun, who resigned amidst the chaos, couldn't escape the long arm of the law. His role in the events leading up to the martial law declaration was under intense scrutiny. The military was not spared from the investigation. Army Chief General Park On-soo, the man tapped to lead under martial law, was now a key figure in the investigation. His actions, and those of his fellow officers, were being dissected under a microscope. The chiefs of Capital Defense Command, Special Warfare Command, and Defense Counterintelligence Command, along with 6 other military generals, were also under investigation. The web of suspicion was vast, ensnaring both political and military leaders. Even the police force, responsible for maintaining order, had its share of suspects. Several senior police officials, including Police Chief Cho Ji-ho, were under investigation. The very people tasked with upholding the law were now being investigated for potentially undermining it. The charges against those involved in the martial law controversy were as serious as they come. Insurrection, a crime punishable by death or life imprisonment, hung over their heads like the sword of Damocles. The weight of this accusation was immense, carrying with it the potential to shatter careers and lives. Abuse of authority, a charge that struck at the heart of their positions of power, was another serious offense they faced. The potential penalties, up to 5 years imprisonment or hefty fines, were a stark reminder of the potential consequences of their actions. The charge of obstructing other people's rights added another layer of complexity to the case. This accusation highlighted the potential infringement on civil liberties that occurred during the brief period of martial law. South Korea, with its history of political turmoil and corruption scandals, was no stranger to such upheavals. The ghost of President Park Geun-hye's impeachment in 2016 loomed large over the current crisis. The echoes of past instability reverberated through the halls of power, serving as a stark warning. The public's reaction to the martial law controversy was swift and fierce. Protests erupted across the nation, with citizens demanding accountability and justice. The streets of Seoul and other major cities became arenas for expressing anger and frustration. The opposition, smelling blood in the water, seized the opportunity to pounce on the ruling party's missteps. Calls for President Yoon's impeachment grew louder by the day, threatening to further destabilize the already fragile political landscape. The world watched with bated breath as the drama unfolded in South Korea. The outcome of the investigations would have far-reaching consequences not just for those directly involved, but for the very soul of the nation. The future of South Korean politics hung precariously in the balance.